Welcome back into YSN Live. I'm Jake Silak tonight from the Post Office Pub, bringing you Coach's Corner, our second time having Mineral Ridge football on the 7-1 Rams, and I'm here with right guard for Mineral Ridge, Giovan Gilbert, and a fifth-year senior. G, thanks for joining me.
What's going on?
Yeah. All right, I don't know if that was a thing, but I think we need to make that a thing. Yeah. So, all right, let's do that. All right, so we'll start you off with just a really simple question, depending on the accomplishment. But, tell me about your greatest accomplishment, whether it be school-related, athletic-related, just anything in between. What stands out to you?
Honestly, my greatest accomplishment is being able to start all 4 years, being blessed enough to be able to play in every high school game I've ever went to.
Yeah, and honestly, that's something that I haven't really heard a lot of people say. It doesn't, most people, it wouldn't stand out to them that, you've played every single game of your career. But, now that you mentioned that, I kind of want to spin off to a different question for you. What in all 4 years that you've played football at the high school level, I know you played younger, but in all 4 years at the high school level, you played with a lot of good players, a lot of good leaders. What have you been able to learn from those guys specifically to help you and your senior group this year help this team?
Well, I watched a lot of guys, especially my freshman year. I watched Dakota Edwards just really show how to lead, and you always have to keep that positive mindset in the locker room and keep that chemistry up and not be toxic to each other. I mean, that's honestly what wins games.
Yeah, and 7-1 so far. You guys are clearly doing just that. So, let's talk about Lowville for a minute here. What needs to happen as a collective front, not as a team? We'll talk about the team later, and we have so far. But being on the line, what needs to happen as a front for you guys to win the day Friday there?
We just need to be animals. We need to be as nasty as we possibly can up front, and we need to control the tempo. We cannot let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, and we talked about, their defense. Well, actually, we haven't really talked about their defense, but when the offense is putting up so many points like that, their defense doesn't really need a whole lot of recognition. So how confident are you in your team? It sounds like a dumb question because it should be a really big answer. What is the confidence level in your team, in Valley and Herb to really go out there? And this is pretty much the ultimate test for you guys so far this season.
I have full faith in my guys. I love all my guys. I mean, we've been doing this all winter. I mean, we've been nonstop every day, day in, day out, working to try to get to this moment. I mean, it's special.
And so, speaking of special and just special moments, the last thing I want to ask you before we get to I call it rapid fire this time. I called it fun questions last week. I didn't like it, so I switched the name. But, our rapid fire questions will be more for your personal player profile. But the last question, I want to ask you is, we all know that you guys have such a special bond with this team, with your teams in the past. Walk me through what will be going through your mind the last time you walk out of that locker room to play in a Mineral Ridge Rams uniform.
Honestly, I have no idea yet. I mean, I've been nervous every game this year. I mean, it's something special. I mean, not being able to play football anymore after that, because nothing's guaranteed. So going out one last time on my home field, it's going to be something unreal.
And hopefully it is, like you said, be animals on there and get Herb, Valley, and all them dudes going, throwing up a lot of points and getting a win for you guys. So let's transition a little bit from football, and we'll go to your rapid fire questions. You've had a lot of time to look at these.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of answers. Yeah. So let's first start off with, what is the worst fast food restaurant experience?
I got a chicken sandwich from McDonald's without any chicken. I just got a McBun.
You got a McBun with cheese. Did you get the cheese or no?
No, I didn't even get the cheese.
So you just got a McBun?
Yeah, they screwed me over the cheese too. I mean, it's pretty bad.
I've never heard of a McBun, but I love that. All right. So I was just going to ask you the collective front. I'm not reading. So what is your favorite way, Giovan Gilbert, to waste time?
Honestly, I love to lift. So whenever
it's a great answer.
I love to go lift.
Great answer.
I like watching movies on Netflix, just relaxing. And then besides that, not really much.
Football, lift, and movies.
Yep.
3 good combination. All right. So I love this next one. If you've ever been late to a class, not that you have, but what has been your best excuse?
I've been late to a couple classes. My greatest excuse, I messed my hair up, I messed my clothes up, and I told the teacher I fell down the stairs, and she believed me.
It worked.
I got away with it.
I'm sorry. I already knew the answer. He told me that beforehand, but that's still funny to me. So what is something that you can't leave the house without?
Headphones.
You always listen to
I'm
music.
always listening to music. I'm a big music guy. I'd always have something playing in my ear.
If finally, every high school group has a friend group. Out of your friend group, what are you? Are you the funny one? Are you the mom of the group?
I mean, I think I'm definitely the clown of the group. I'm never serious. I'm always messing around. But when it's time for business, it's time for business.
And it's time for business tomorrow night, G.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
man, for joining
I'll
me
see you,
tonight.
man.
Thanks, buddy.
So,